Why? I don't know why. Okay, let's get 2 in the middle. Janelle, you're ahead.
Monica, you're on deck.
It's like there's a really strong pivot going on. Usually there's only 2 in the middle on here. I'm going to take 2 and 2. This feels like the significator in a regular read, and this feels like the challenge card, so give me just a second. The shit you need to cut about a soul, contract, heart's desire, and the Lovers type card. You got the Queen of Swords that needs to be fair-minded about what she's doing, following her heart's desire. That's the energy that you're in right now, and probably will be throughout the year. The challenges coming forward, the way you think about twin flames, synchronicity, soulmates, and this whole 4 of Swords, what you want to set up, and then the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to need to allow divine timing in here. You've got some major arcana with the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune popping out big. And what it's about is what is fair to your heart, what is right for you, what is right for your own path going forward. Now let's see what's going on. We'll go in the big months coming up, and we're going to start in October. You know, when I first did this spread at the beginning of the year, I thought, well, this will be great for January, and people have loved this all year long. And it's like, okay, great. So yeah, if you've seen me do this spread, you'll kind of get a preview of what's going on. We're going to start in the month of October for you. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. This is coming in, and it's having a difficult time to have this come in as the complete wheel of the year, the complete round. The shaping that I'm getting and that I've created is actually more eye shape, more of this oval eye. This tells me that you need to be opening up here and be aware of clarifying and correcting your vision. Okay, October, you've got this 2 of Wands energy. This is wondering what's going on beyond what is in the situation you're standing in, what's beyond the home front, what's beyond what's on the horizon, and making a plan to go forward. Your plan, there's nothing wrong with making a plan. There's a victory coming in November. Well, let's see what's going on with this. What's the victory? What area of life is victory between October and November, roughly? I love seeing this here, and it's repeated in March, so watch out. This is just the happiness. You're just getting more and more illumination. It is like you're seeing better because there's more light on an issue, and the thing that you want to have growth in is what's going to be where the victory is. The victory, it's like, you know, when the sunflowers are coming up and you just see green, 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 and suddenly you see this head popping up. That's where you're at. It's not full on at its magnificent height yet, but you're seeing things you're seeing. And it is popping its head up. It's a little sneak peek preview going on. We've got December coming up with the Fool. This is telling me you're getting a little bit of a January early. You're going to be stepping into some momentum that starts here and leads you forward. In January, you've got the 8 of Wands. Things are lining up. Get your priorities straight right here in this month, in October. Because once you have your priorities, once you start not having the perfect plan, but a plan, and taking steps, it creates momentum. And then you can ask different questions and calibrate the plan. So keep making these steps forward. It's important for you. By the time you hit January, you're off to the races. December feels like January for you. January feels like off to the races and going. February, the Queen of Swords, you're cutting something out that is important. You're knowing what is true, what you need to stand for. You're not suffering fools or idiots. You're not suffering baby step errors that you may have made early here. You're just like, yeah, I got that now. I got that. You got to figure it out. You're not overgiving, oversharing, or overdoing. Be aware of this. You're taking care of what you need to do to keep you in integrity with self. March. Beautiful, beautiful sun. Show them this again, just so they can see it. It's powerful when you see it. It's why I have so many duplicate decks, because that identical imagery smacks like a neon sign from the universe. So whatever it is you're setting into motion and plans between October and November is going to be hugely amplified. I can't say it any better than this little card gets bigger here. Bigger vision, bigger abundance. Sunflowers are higher in the field and following the sun everywhere. Really, really good energy going on there. April, we've got the Magician coming in. Now, what is it you want to be looking at? Magician is usually about using all of the tools. Magician is about manifesting, right? What is the Magician going to need to know in April? Rest. The Magician's going to need to know to rest, have silence when you need silence, to retreat and withdraw. You may have been pushing a little bit hard. You know, just because you want to get to the grocery store doesn't mean you need to drive 90 miles an hour to get there. The groceries are still going to be in the store if you go at like 30. So this is after March, you go into April, you've been like pedal down all the way. People even say that? I don't know if people... You've been hitting the gas pedal pretty hard. Needs to slow it down. Okay. So we got March, April, May, June. What do we got here? May, you're waiting for something to come in. This feels like you learn to rest, but the impatience is sometimes what we feel here. Take this as a time to just check on things. Be aware. Things should be up and running and kind of running themselves to some degree. This feels very, very businessy, worky, more than relationship-wise. It feels like this energy, whatever the heart's desire is, in the Lover's card, it used to be called the Lover. He had to choose between whether he was, going to be like getting married or going on his path for his life's work. And this feels like this is about the love of your life's work energy coming through. Here you're waiting. What else? We go to King of Pentacles here. This is where we want clarification. We got some here. So we've got April, May, June, but this feels like somebody. And the court cards come in representing people. This feels like somebody backing your play is what we've got here. The King of Pentacles, this is security. They've seen the work. They've seen all the work you've put in really, really hard. Be careful, cover your ass when this comes up. Be aware of what you want and what you need, because the Devil card comes in July. So we've got June here, July here. The Devil, what you might be attached to or old toxic patterns, or be careful of just outright fear. Trust your intuition. Next July, big, big, big. If you're getting offers that sound too good to be true, fuck them, they're no good. If you get offers that sound like somebody's solid and they're willing to take time with you and go slowly and proceed slowly, go as slowly as the sunflower grows in here. This is a time frame of what? October, November. So even if you count November, December, January, February, March, that's 5 months. Somebody trying to rush things overnight, they need to be out the door. Somebody that's willing to invest time, invest in you, spend your time with them, that is a good thing. This could be developing into something a little bit more if you can figure out the lesson. What do we got here? Figure out the lesson and don't betray your own heart. Don't sabotage yourself. And if somebody can't do this, we've got this, the inheritance, the legacy, everything you've built up, all the breakthroughs that you've had. If somebody comes in, and it could be you're getting two somebodies. If somebody comes in and they're the devil, they need to go, go, go. Don't betray your own heart and don't go for a quick fix. All right, enough preaching on that. So that's June, July, August. We've got the Page of Wands. This one wants to go wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. In, out, done. Key in the sheets, over and done, boom, boom, boom. This is fast, fast, fast. The slam, bam, thank you, ma'am is this kind of night. They don't know what they're doing. They're everywhere all at once in a bad way, not in the good way. Page of Wands needs to look more clearly or they're just going to trounce the town and everything's going to be on fire. Be careful on this. By September, truth is coming through. A newfound truth, a new fortified, newly forged sword of truth, newly forged sense of identity, of strength, of what you want. This is the timing. So I would be focusing career heavy all through this year, and let the heart's desire, not the romantic pity pat, but the heart's desire, your ambition, thrive in this upcoming year. Anything else she needs to know? This feels like this could be something, and this feels like there's old patterning and old delusion that has to be ceased. What do we got here? Final notes. You're ready to go be the Batman, so go do it. You got the Page of Pentacles. There will be competition over this, and there will be somebody that's like tears in the beers. If these are two kinds of things, if this is one person, King of Pentacles, there's competition here, and you've got poor, pitiful me, don't go fix the broken wing. If somebody's got the broken wing, you can't fix their life, you can't change anybody. It's not where you start the relationship at. But this feels like love energy wants to shift through here. The way things go want to shift through here, so a dynamic needs to shift through here. If somebody's broke and needs to do their work you can't do it for them. Okay? That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes, I love that for you. I love that. Yeah. It feels like your ambition is going to be your guiding star in the next year in such a good way. I love it. And it doesn't feel like it matters if it's basket weaving or bowling. Doesn't matter. Whatever your ambition and your desire is to do that makes your heart happy, boom, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the universe really loves you on this one. With these kinds of cards here, it loves you. Yeah. All right, that's what I got.
Cool. Let me see your commercial.
Okay, you do the commercial and I'll do cleanup on aisle 7.
Heather, this is the email for PayPal. It's going to have my name, but it's going to have Angie's picture.
Yeah.
But
my husband Phil is who's sitting across from me if you guys are new in the room. That's Phil. He's home. Usually he's not home, and often he's not home and I'm doing it on my own, but that's Phil. And That's why you see it.
All right, Janelle said, beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You are so welcome. Okay, let's put this over here. We'll know that we worked with those already. Okay. What do we got here?
Okay, we have Monica. She had paid for a year ahead, but she has kind of a question. So I think...
okay, so you need to decide which way you want to do it, and if it comes up, it might come up.
Yeah, I think it's going to... Oh, so you want to treat it?
You can give it to me. We'll just
Well, I have her question.
Yeah, give me her question.
Okay, she wanted to know about... wanted to know about my workers' comp case. It's coming to an end. My injuries got worse, and they are sending me back to work, and she is in law enforcement. Okay. I wanted to know if I'm going to be financially okay. So that sounds like a mini more, or how you want to handle it?
No. It sounds like a mini, but we're going to see what we can pull out for time. Because it feels more like a mini than the year ahead. So we're going to treat it like the mini. If I get time signatures or stamps, I'll let you know.
Michelle, you're on deck.
We're going here. Gold foil. Read me her question again. I want to look at the compensation. They're sending her back to work. Now, I want to get the other part of that question.
I wanted to know about my workers' comp case. It's coming to an end, and my injuries got worse, and they are sending me back to work.
Workers' comp case. Injuries.
You are not in.
Back to work. I'm not a doctor. I'm not the workers' comp lawyers, but just give me a minute. Workers' comp case. Injuries. Back to work. We're getting, I'm getting threes coming up. I'm getting intervals 3, 6, 9. Workers' comp, injuries, and back to work. Okay. I don't know what's going on. It does feel like you're getting a 9-month period of time to sort and manage things and shift things dramatically. Wow. You may be shifting actually your career by the end of this. All right. Workers' comp case. The injury aspect, they're sending you back to work, and then we're going to do some more. I just want to start with the basic getting nosing around. Yeah. Okay. What we're getting going on right now, there's something that's hidden that you can't see. There's karma coming in due. You've got the high priestess going here. Can they see this well, honey? I know these are reflective. So you've got the high priestess and justice. There's something that is hidden that has yet to be revealed that's going to be justice. We're getting the time signature of 3 months. This King of Swords is one of my time signature cards, and he's coming in as be strategic in what you're doing. What I'm telling you is time to play the game. Outplay them. Document every fucking thing. Take care of your paperwork. Take care of your legals. Outplay the motherfuckers.
I have to make a major decision, and I have 22 years in and I have 3 years until I could retire.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but over here it feels like the job is shifting. So it might be that it is time to shift, even if it's early retire before your retired comes. So this, it looks like an offer that's being made. The Queen of Cups reflecting on the past, but not wallowing on it. She dreams again. And then the Seven of Swords, cover your ass. What I'm getting is that you may be charting a new course, going a different direction than you've been in before. That's what's really honestly coming through. I don't know why, but this is what's coming through. The Empress and the Hierophant, they're giving you access to something, but cover your ass. If you need to change, you trust your higher self over any tarot reader, because this is big advice coming through. And these are just tarot cards, okay? But what I'm getting is they might make you an offer, blah, 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 that's really great now. I don't know that I would stick around for another 3 years before you have to retire. Even though the logical long-term might say stay in that, there's access to something right now that gives you independence. You are at the crossroads. Big time. You're the Empress. You know how to make things fertile. You know how to make things grow. You know how to make things abundance. That's inherently in your stuff. Your injury is not going to prevent that from being there. The access to something now, the access to, this is giving you keys to the kingdom. This is giving you keys to the institution. This is giving you a new kind of thing, a new level of thing. And it's like, it doesn't feel like, often this can be a job promotion, but this feels like you might promote yourself out of a job and onto the next adventure that you're meant to be doing. Now going up here in this side, what we have is waiting for the ships to come in. I wouldn't wait the 3 years. I wouldn't wait the 3 years. You trust your higher self over me or these damn cards, because this is a big decision for you. But the new job card, the new brand new job card is what you're waiting for. The new terms. It doesn't feel like you're going to do it in the old way. The King of Wands, setting up things on his terms and inspiring others to follow. So you can get enough rest time that you need, enough time to regroup, rebuild, retreat, have quiet, meditate, be really thoughtful about this, and then you take the lead. You take charge on this one. What else are we seeing coming forward for you? I want to see it in the vintage. Yeah, if it feels like whatever is going on in this case and they want you to return back to work, that doesn't, it's not feeling like it's going to be the right place for very long. So be aware of that. Be mindful of that. What else? Okay. You have all the power you need to manifest whatever it is you want. So if they're offering you a healthy chunk of a payout and you don't want to do 3 more years on this goddamn job because they aren't giving you what you need out of it emotionally, it might be worth the trade-off. And I know that this is a big thing. If you've been there for that long and you're 3 years close to retirement, it seems like, if I just hang in there, if I just hang in there. And these cards are giving me just hanging in there isn't going to be what rewards your soul. And ultimately, it's perhaps not the path you want to take. That all being said, this is from a tarot reader reading tarot cards. You need to make your own life choices. Be accountable for the choice that pleases your soul, pleases your heart. Think of your own future in a really strong way. You have the ability to manifest. Don't doubt your ability to manifest or earn money or make money or create something new for yourself. You have the ability to do it. And if that is going to be more satisfying to you, then look again. Look again at your dream. Look again what it is that calls your heart. It's important for you. Yeah. Scrutinize it. Scrutinize the fuck out of what's going on. Cover your ass. There is new offer for your spiritual growth. New offer for you to have spiritual growth. And then you can charge forward into whatever you want to. Passionately with excitement again. Wouldn't that be fun to feel some excitement about your life again instead of feeling, oh God, this really sucks. This really sucks. I don't want to do this. Yeah. This one has this Ace of Wands that's charging forward. It's about the work. Yeah, I know that. And leaving. It's... Jesus. Trust your higher self. Everything this read is telling me it's time for you to pivot. Your work is going to pivot. You're not going to wallow in the loss or grieve the past. You're going to dream another dream and move forward. You're not going to wallow. You're going to reflect and move forward strongly. That's what I've got. I can pull the same message just coming through equally strong. Make the choice that is the choice that suits your higher self and your spirit the best, because you have the ability. There will be more and more offering for you going forward. It will surprise you exactly how much offering and how much magic you can create, and it feels like it's a different gear, babe. That's what I got. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Anything else? Cover your ass, cover your ass. This 3-month card came up very strongly, and this often will mean 3 months in my tarot readings. In others, it's just the King of Swords. But that's what comes up. There's something yet to be revealed, something yet hidden. There needs to be something that's legally balancing. That's what I've got. I don't know if I would return back to your old job. I would definitely head towards the new situation, new thing that you're going to do, whatever that is. I don't know why. That's what I got. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Pivot. Pivotry is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Like when you see it on the basketball court, it's somebody that gets the ball, can't make the shot because they're blocked, steps back a line or two, and then throws the half-court shot. That's what that is. That's pivotry. That's what you're being asked to do in some way. I don't know why. I'm not the queen of basketball, but that's what's coming up.
She said, thank you. You gave me reassurance of what to look forward to.
Yeah. Good luck. That's beautiful stuff going on for you. All right. A little bit of water for me, and then we can go to the next one.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okie doke, Ange. Next up, we have Michelle for a blind read.
Okay, Michelle. Blind read. Ooh, okay.
Heather, you're on deck.
Hang on. Okay, we've got a fairy deck, and I think this is a fairy wisdom, and then this is one of the Josephine Wall decks. Gorgeous. So what does Michelle need to know?
And Heather, I need your question when you get a chance, please.
I'm getting, do you not see yourself when you look into the looking glass? Who is it you're seeing looking back at you? You're missing something, that you're not seeing your whole and full self. When you're looking in the looking glass, you need to look again, because you're looking through the eyes that you've learned to see with only in this lifetime, and there is something more. This is talking about not mirror work in the Louise Hay sense, but definitely looking into the mirror and seeing something, seeing glimpses, shadows. You learn to recognize yourself again in the mirror. Learn to recognize yourself from previous lifetimes in the mirror. See the eyes of who you've been. That's a big ask. See the eyes of who you've been, not just who's standing before you now. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through on this for you. That was hot off the top. The gatekeeper. Okay. This is saying gatekeeper, fairy time, time shifts, and dimensional slips. It's like you've been guarding this gate or at the liminal space for a long, long time, but you've been so busy doing the sentinel duty or guarding the gate that you forgot to take a glimpse at yourself. This is Beauty and the Beast, and this says unconditional love needs to be offered for self. You need to see it more clearly again. And then this is saying time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy, whether this is somebody that is more like a rival to you, or whether this is your own way of being harsh on yourself by comparison, by playing the comparison game. It's time for that to cease. All right, what else is coming through? Yeah, it needs to cease. The comparison game, it's like almost like she's looking at a reflection of herself, but there's this rivalry and this comparison, and it's not the same. It's like, okay, yes. Going back, and we're going back maybe 4 or 5 centuries. Going back. You are in the very role that you are standing in opposition to now. So if in this life you're hermity and maybe there's somebody around you that is social butterfly. I'm very hermity. One of my sisters is very social butterfly. It would be like if we went back in this time machine, or if you went back in this time machine, those roles would have switched. Not because it's about other, but it's about the role that you have taken and kind of held too closely in this life. And this from the previous wants to remind you to go forward, go forward. You've played this other role. So if in this life you're playing hermit, and in this other life you played social butterfly, recognize the attributes of social butterfly that maybe chop your hide a bit in this life. It's because you've played that role before. It doesn't mean you can't pick up the gifts from that and carry that through. I don't know if that's making sense to you, but that's what's coming through. Yeah. You have been the one that is in the silver here before. You have understood this. This reflection of yourself that you see from this previous life, it just only needs to have a hint and a whisper to you again to help you remember. And that new understanding that you have played that, you've been the butterfly, so to speak, that you've played that and you mastered that and you were fine with that, helps you understand your role now in choosing a different lesson. If we come in life after life, multiple life, we're not always going to want to play the same role. Just because you play the leading character in one life doesn't mean you want to play it forever and ever. Maybe you want to play the villain in another life. Maybe you want to play the sidekick in another life. Whatever it is, you are playing a different role. You have already played the one that sometimes you have this rivalry. It's why there's an echo of it. We've got kindness here. Show her that. That's a beautiful card. What else is coming up with this? The gatekeeper and the justice, the one that holds the gate. That you are the old man in this and you're to be playing more as child. This activate the child. You've seen me reading long enough that you know what Nell is like. Nell can shift her age. She can shift what's going on. She's very, very playful. You need to activate some of this. You've done enough protection and help and lifting and white horse riding for everyone else at the gate. You need to activate the youth in you. This is saying reliable. And what I'm getting is riddle. And you can look at the card. It says reliable. But that's not the word that wants to come off that card for me. What wants to come off that card for me is the word riddle. It's like there is, again, grace notes and references to a former time. If you hear this, and I'm getting specifically, yes, if you hear harps, I'm telling you, you need to look up harp music on YouTube. It sounds bonkers. I've learned, just get out of the way. Listen to the harp music. There's something about a legend of the glass harp. I don't even know what it is. Those are things that you need to investigate. And again, listen for the way the note is plucked on the harp. When that string is plucked, you need to investigate this. There's something very, very sacred about a connection with harps. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea.
But it makes total sense.
Good. Doesn't make a bit of sense to me, but that's all right. And then this is saying progress. Again, look, there's the child here, and this is the child you hear. Going forward, going forward. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, you're understanding that beauty again. Now let's see what else is coming through off of these. Anything else on these? It feels like there's one more about the riddle. I don't know what. Okay, fine. Help me out here. What is this? Okay, fine. It won't release. It won't release. There's something about self-love. These two creatures seem as different as can be, and both of them are within you to have those elements and those attributes. They are not in opposition. They are not as different as can be. They are two sides of the same coin, okay? Anything else going on? We live in a very, very 3D realm that has a lot of duality going on. What often gets overlooked is the two sides of the same coin aspect, where the sacred and the profane are so uniquely connected, where the black and the white have to both be there in order to see each other. The yin has to be in the yang. The yang has to be in the yin. There has to be a little bit of this, and the interconnectedness of stuff needs to be known for you. It needs to be known. You know it quite well, but the fact that you have been overly helpful, overly helping others, is something that's an avoidance mechanism that is perhaps a survival mechanism too, but it's time to let that go so you can do what you need to do for you and honor your beauty a little bit more. Once was innocent, knowledge means change. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is saying that you need to reclaim, pull up, rediscover what that was about the childness to being innocent and what this was, and then reclaim a sort of power, reclaim a sort of this energy, while at the same time knowing that this other flip side isn't a shadow side, it isn't a rival. It is a former echo of the way you walked through the world before. It's an echo of a former version of you. That when you can let that be, when you know that you walked the other path that sometimes vexes you in this life, you can let it settle down a little bit more. That's the knowledge that allows for the change going forward for you. And then this. Gossamer Princess, communication, relationship work to be done. This is self with self relationship. Very, very interesting. Self with self relationship. It could very well be that if you were in this life that would be echoing and harking back to the social butterfly, all social butterfly ever wanted in the world was to have hermit, to be not in the spotlight. Very interesting. That's what I've got. That's complete. Yeah. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah. It's like you already have the wings of the social butterfly thing or the spotlight or whatever. You've already played that role. Use what you've gained from that as your asset, and don't be lost in resentment or comparison or competition or any of that foolishness. It doesn't serve. You're not in that particular space right now because you've done it before. And if you want to tap into some of that and empower yourself with, or infuse yourself with some of that energy, do so. All right. That's complete.
Woo!
That was a gorgeous one.
Said this was very humbling and very accurate to my situation and someone in my life.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, glad it helps, because I often don't. Like, why should I tell anybody to play a fucking harp or to listen to harp music? I don't know, but you guys do know that I'll do the best I can to get out of the way and let whatever message comes through that you need to hear, that you guys will know. That's all I can say. I'm glad you guys know, because I sound to myself sometimes like, that's in left field even for me.
Super, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. All right.
Okay, next up we have Heather.
Okay.
Heather is a year ahead,
Okay.
and year ahead for the business.
Heather, you're not going to love me. We're going to the Universal Villains year ahead for the business.
Candace, you're on deck.
Universal Villains. Or Universal Monsters, I believe is what it's called. Not villains, the monsters. I have the Disney villains here in my Halloween setup stuff, and this is Universal Monsters. Year ahead for the business. In the center card, we have the King of Wands, King of Candles. We have the Six of Castles and the Nine of Candles. Wow. Okay. There's something about nostalgia, about the home front. There's something about setting up for a victory that needs to be done, but it's challenged by the way that you are resilient. There needs to be resilience in how you lead going forward. This indicates you. The other two that Phil just showed you indicate situational. Let's see what's going on going forward from here. Let's give this a big shuffle. Yeah, the Universal Monsters. You know, the monsters aren't always the monsters. Sometimes they're our pets and we just don't realize it. Because if you just think about the behavior of cats, they are ridiculous. Cats are so ridiculous as pets. Like, they'll fuck with you, knock your shit all around, have the zoomies go like crazy, right? And you'll suffer your allergies and breathe through it. And anyway, you have your cat, you have your cat. They own the show and you're their bitch if you have a cat. They are the monsters, right? The dogs are like happy as can be. Dogs are way cuter, way more friendly. But the business is more like a cat. Think of it in those terms. And the monster is your pet, so you have to take the reins of control over this. All right, we're going to get another shuffle on these and pull them through and see what's coming on. Yeah. Your business is a cat. And your business is a black cat. Very, very Egyptian black cat energy coming through. All right. October. November. These are wanting to stick a little bit, but December, I think it's my nails. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Now here we have the Seven of Castles. And I think of this castles, and I don't have this all marked, but this one is marked, this one's not. You can see my mark. Yes, it is. It's the coins, it's the stones, it's the Six of Coins and Six of Stones. So it's more about what's going to come through, what you're going to defend, what you're going to hold. The Seven is you holding your own if you're in Wands land, but the Seven of Coins is deciding what's going to be the fruits of your labor in regular Seven of Coins. I've got so many decks that you'll see that I mark my tools up so I can use them for you. But this one is, you need to defend the parapet. What is that about? I don't have a third deck on this. Why is she, we're going to go to a little bit lighter here. It's light pink, right away. Why are you being asked to defend the parapet? What's got you on the back foot that you need to defend in October? Business-wise, defend the ambition, whatever your mission statement would be in business. Maybe look at this again. Maybe put 3 sentences. Why you're doing the business you're doing, what you want to do with it in the first place. What is the intention and the experience that you desire to get out of this in a year from now? Reevaluate what it is as your mission statement. Quit looking at it only as profit, profit, profit. What is underlying this? Because you could have chosen many businesses to do, but the one you specifically chose had a reason it called to you. And something about your financial independence is going to come through when you reevaluate this. How does it make you feel to participate in this, to do this, and to continue forward? In November, we have the Ace of Cups. I don't know if you can see it. These are dark cards, so honey, you're going to have to show them a lot because I don't know if my light is picking up enough of them. But they are dark. There is new opportunity for spiritual growth coming ahead. And then here you have the Three of Claws, which is the Three of Swords. There's something that you've been a little bit off track on. You need to re-examine. This is the card usually of betrayal or heartache or looking at something that really hurts, but it's a truth you need to acknowledge. You're going to need to pivot how you're doing it. You're going to need to pivot part of the experience in your business going forward. The truth is the truth is the truth. What you thought might be like ka-ching, ka-ching, money, 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 might not be coming forward as quick as you want it to come forward. You need to pivot something about it. But when you're deeply pursuing something that you love, it's easy. It flows. And this is something that needs to be recaptured again for you. In December, take it as the lesson of what's gone on in 2024. Here's the year. Here's how it closes. I'm not discouraging or saying it's going to be a shitty year, but just be prepared and be aware. There's going to be some things that's like, yeah, I should have known better, should have done better. You couldn't have known better or done better. Next year, now that you have new knowledge, you do it and apply it differently. All right. The Two of Claws. This is the Two of Swords coming up. You're going to have to make a choice. Are you holding on to the past or are you releasing something? Show her both of these. Because you've got the 2 and the 3 that came out that way. The 2 is you're going to have to make the choice. And then here, you're going to be stressed in February. This is the 9 of Swords coming up. This is a lot of swords coming up for you in this. A lot. It means you're going to have to think, and write things out. Clarify at the beginning of every damn month what it is that you want to experience out of your business. Not just, this is my financial marker, I want to make $500 bajillion, but I want to enjoy making $500 bajillion because blah, blah, blah matters to me. Or because I want to offer this to the world, blah, blah, blah. Move beyond and through the anxiety and move beyond the dollar amount or the figure. Move beyond the figure and the measurable to the experience. Again, 3 of Swords is coming out. That's the same we saw in December. You need to move beyond just what the business can do for you, but why are you even in this business? This is something that has to be examined. We have the 8 of Swords here. You're feeling a little stuck and trapped in March. There's something that you need to do a little bit different. There's something you've buried you need to unearth. That's an unusual sense of terms that's coming through. If you feel stuck, the 8 of Swords is typically depicted. She's got all the swords around her, and she's stuck and feeling helpless, woe is me, and she's loosely tied, and if the waves came in for even half a second, all the swords are loosely tipped into the sand. They're not dug clear to the hilt. The tip of the sword is in the sand. A little bit of a wave will wash them and knock them all down. So look at your limiting beliefs in March. April, Justice. There is something in the balance coming in. I want to see what's in between here. This is getting... Where are you at the crossroads? You're going to make a different choice. It might be that you need a little bit more time to evaluate which way you want to take your business, and you're thinking about taking it in a slightly different direction. And I think you're going to decide to go for it coming up here. You'll feel like you've given adequate time for one aspect of your business to be fruitful, to come forward, or to do what it wants to do. It doesn't mean the other arm of your business cannot bring in money, bring in more relevance, bring in more things. We aren't just gifted with one talent, with one gift, with one thing to do. The talents that we have can overlap. Somebody that is great with art could just as easily be a hairdresser or a sculptor as they could be a painter. They can see what they want to create. This is how it is with our gifts. Somebody that's great with teaching could just as easily teach kindergarten as teach, I don't know, basketball, whatever it is. Basketball's on my brain today. There's something about teamwork that needs to come in. Something about jockeying for position, shifting position, understanding what it is that you want. And just because you don't think that you, yes, okay, all right, thanks, Mac. Okay, we got my stepdad who is passed on in the house right now. That's my stepdad, Mac, and he coached girls basketball. He wasn't a chick, but he was a coach. He was a teacher. He taught wood shop and coached girls basketball. Okay. And he's saying you have the capacity to do it. He didn't have to be a girl to be able to teach that. He didn't have to be building houses, although he had done that, and I have a bookshelf he built in my home right now, to not be able to teach and construct and build together and put together the elements that are necessary. That's why he's here. That's why he's coming in. You have the capacity to pivot when the time comes. It will be balanced for you. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I just got lost for a minute. It's a delight to see him. I did not expect him to show up here at all. Yeah, I'm tickled pink. Okay. He's gonna be Mac's gonna be checking in here a little bit more. I'm really quite surprised. That's fabulous. That's really a nice thing. Sorry. It's really nice. Okay. This is good energy. Really, really building together, really being able to put things together. Yeah, you could mention the cooking. Okay, great. He could cook like a motherfucker. He could cook so good. And it feels like you have a variety of really good gifts that overlap. And the temperament to understand how to use the overlap in your gifts is coming through strongly. Now here we have the 8 of Candles. This is the 8 of Wands. Everything lining up after this period. So this is May. So don't freak out on all these swords coming through. It's a lot of thoughtfulness, a lot of thinking things through, writing things down, reprioritizing with the swords, right? Reprioritizing in documents and all that. Everything comes lining up in May. This is when things are going to really shift for you. Judgment comes here. Second chance. This is to thine own self be true. You have to go through this and learn some of this. So don't let it intimidate you. You have to learn how to build the bookcase before you build the team. You have to learn how to do the recipes, cook and fry the potatoes before you can feed the army. That's what I'm getting. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Here we have the judgment card. To thine own self be true. This is the big one. Answer the call. Answer the call in June. Something changes in June. It's not something you can foresee right now. So me telling you all this sort of things might be, but in June, in May and June, it shifts. You are ready. Your lessons have been mastered and learned. Your choices, how to outgrow the heartache, how to not self-sabotage, how to make the choice at the crossroads of what's really important to you, is ready, it's ready, it's ready. Here, we have the Five of Candles. Now, this is the Five of Wands. This is a big deal. This is argy-bargy, a lot of people competing for energy, somebody trying to hijack the agenda, or maybe you yourself getting the agenda hijacked. So many lights, but aim different directions. You need to focus. It's asking for you to focus. Too many cooks in the kitchen, yeah? Yeah. My mom would say it this way when she was with Mac about this, and they would say it when there was too many of us underfoot in the kitchen sometimes. And she would say too many chiefs and not enough Indians. So there's other people trying to distract in July and trying to either hijack the agenda or distract you. You need to really, really focus up because you're doing something different, answering the higher call, and it needs to be authentic to you, ready to go. Okay, here, the Ace of Candles. Yeah, you're ready to go in August. You're ready to light the world on fire. You know exactly what this is, the singular thing where it's been needing to balance out and allow time for external influences, external factors to be lining up for you. Show this. Ace of Candles, that's the new job, new opportunity, new start, new career, new family, work, ambition type of card, right? But what I'm telling you is we think in terms of people that we haven't met yet and what they need to line up in their lives so it will work with ours. The divine knows. The other side, the spirit guides, the angel squad, whatever, guardian angel Ted and crew, your council knows. But you don't know because you have this limited view because you're in this now moment of Octoberness. There's no way for you to know what's going to be going on right here. There's no way. It's too far ahead, but just know that it will be there. It will be made clearer to you. And then here, you have the King of Castles, the King of Coins. Show me your plan and I'll back your play. This is supportive. And okay. Mac is here very strongly. Wow. I'm just so surprised. He was very supportive to the point that I would hijack his sweaters out of his closet. I would go and raid the coins off the dresser for like school lunch and shit like that. He will support in every way possible. This is an ally. This is somebody very, very supportive. And that support is coming in because you are more clear about what your play is going to be. Now let's see if there's anything else you need to know. Going through here. Yes, yes. Understand you're going to claw your way out of something that is challenging for you. Once you claw your way out of these limiting thoughts, it's like go time. It gets quicker and quicker and quicker. Anything else? It gets perfection. Perfect in business. Perfect in business. This is an equal offer, not where it's lopsided and one person's doing all the work, all the grunt work, all the investing, and the other person is just deciding, oh, yeah. So say you had somebody investing in your business, but you're doing every ounce of running the shop, keeping it open, knowing what you need for inventory, knowing all the things, doing all the bookwork, doing all the blah, but they have the initial investment. That's still quite lopsided. You need it to be even invested, and it looks like that's what you're headed towards coming up. And this is the card of September next year, but everything starts shifting. April is when justice comes and shifts things, and May is when it all starts lining up. June, you're very, very true to yourself. It just starts shifting gears. So you're getting through October, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months, the next 6 months. A little bit weird. Get your priorities. Keep writing what is true to you, what you want to experience. What do you want to contribute to the world? It's a big fucking question. And sometimes so big we get all, well, I want to like do good and be remembered and have my like, What do you want to contribute to the world? Do you want to contribute 10 hours a week where you bust your balls and you make good money? You want to contribute 15 hours a week, but then have the rest of the time to, I don't know, knit or go bird watching? Whatever it is. Get real about it. This is asking you to pare it down, bring it more truthful in your own writing, not typing. And I am very much a strong advocate of pen to page because the truth flows through your own fingertips. That's what I got. That's complete.
Okay, she wanted to know if December was a death.
No, I don't see it as a death. No. Not at all. That didn't come through. Is December a death? Is there any death in December? You asked about the business thing, so there's no reason that these cards would have reflected that in that way. But let's take a look. Is there anything to do with death? Death and transformation, and butterfly metamorphosis, all of that you've probably heard before. Okay. And I'm not in the business of predicting death, but will you be affected by death in December? There is some sort of ending, some sort of change going on. The world comes through. It doesn't come through as death itself, but what it comes through as a new opening up, the world coming through. There is a cycle of completion.
Mentor of the business is dying.
Yeah. This comes through as a completion. This comes through as a completion in December. It may not be a death, and it may not be something that is where I'm supposed to be able to tell you outright, yeah, I don't know of any tarot reader that's going to be like, yeah, on December blibbity blibbity day is death. No. But sometimes people will hold on for their birthday like Jimmy Carter's doing. Sometimes people will hold on for a certain purpose or a certain reason. Understand that if you have your mentor dying, it's not like you won't have access to them on the other side. Clearly we've seen, and maybe that's part of the reason. Max gave me the nod. It is the reason he came through today. Mac was a huge father role for me in my life. He was my stepfather, but he was there during some pivotal years in a huge, huge way. And what this is telling me, as he is the basketball coach, Mac is the basketball coach, and he came through and helped coach me at different things at different times. And each of my siblings also different relationships with him as well in a good way. Yes, don't fear the transition. Don't shift. Don't worry about the transition or this shift. You will still be able to connect and make contact in a way that you will understand. It may not be in the way that you see me or expect to be doing down the track, but when this completion comes, it's going to be something you're ready for.
She has been my coach.
Yeah. You'll be ready. So this ending isn't, we know this, even though we're immortal and in our little human meat suits here, we know this isn't all there is. But when the endings come, it is so hard because we don't have the physical representation of that person around us so much anymore. It comes through that you will be able to have access. My mom's in the house. You will be able to have access to those who pass on. In one way or another, they will send you signs. This is something I know to my bones. If they cross over in December, or if they cross over in January, it matters not. The completion is there. When the time is right for them to move forward, it's about them. They aren't going to leave you in the lurch. They aren't going to be able to give you all the cheat codes to what's coming up. But there will be contact, there will be connection. Very, very beautiful. Yeah. I need a minute. My mom is also on the other side, and I have not seen... I haven't seen she and my stepdad together in 20 years or more. And it's not even about whether they're together in a romantic way. They're showing up for me. They're showing up for this read. They're showing up to support you right now. So you will know that you can connect to the other side. You'll know it. You'll know it to your bones. It will come to it in a different way than you expect. You'll know it. All right, I need water. That's way too mushy for this. Sorry, guys. Wow. Yeah, caught me off guard. Wow, what a question. You just never know what's going to come through. Yeah. I need water, honey. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's very practical, pragmatic, read. Yeah. Yeah, they're really good with me sharing this, good with this energy that's in the room that's flowing through. Really, really good with it. Like Phil never met my stepdad Matt because he had passed on. There is similarities there that my mom saw. My mom was the one that even saw Phil before I did. My mom played matchmaker for us. Yeah, she knew it would be a good fit. Yeah. Mac's like, I'm thinking, don't count me out on that one. Okay. I think Mac was in the mix. I'd never known that before. But wow, okay. Yeah, he was in the matchmaking mix for me. Back then, I had no idea. Okay, we'll put these cards away, but hopefully that helps you in whatever regard. Okay, a little more water for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's complete.
She put, thank you, crying with you.
It's very beautiful, and death is such a big scary for us in our human realm because we rely so much on our regular senses and the 3D realm because we're in the 3D realm, of course. But hang in there. It's going to be good. Is what I can tell you. It's going to be good. All right. Wow. I want a little bit extra fan, even if it's noisy right now, honey. Because, yeah, those are good. Wow. That surprises me. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Yeah. I hope any of my sisters caught that, and if not, honey, will you be aware of the time? Because I will let my sisters, they have different belief sets than I do. They're more conservative and I'm more the woo-woo. But if they wanted to tune into this, I would want my sisters to know that this had happened, to be able to see what happened, because I think sometimes they feel they can't link to the other side as easily because of how they've been trained, or link to the other side perhaps as easily, but in the same way, in a different way.
Heather put, I have it recorded.
So yeah, good.
I'm recording, but I'm only recording the cards, so we would have to get
Excellent.
it off. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. You have it recorded? Yeah, they'll get it. They'll probably be stunned if I talk to any of them today. You know who wouldn't be stunned is my daughter Alta. She speaks rock like I speak tarot, but she also speaks spiritual truth, and she's like genius at how she communicates with the other side. So okay, all right. Anyway, yeah, we're good. We're good now. Okay. All right. They're stepping back a little. It's not like they're gone, but they're stepping back a little so I can get on with the show.
All right. She said, I can email Phil. So, yes, that would be great if you could email that on
Thank you.
even if you narrow it down.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just to that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All right. Wow.
What's next? Yeah.
Glad I was here for that. I've never seen you.
Yeah. Yeah. I show up and whatever comes through is what's going to come through. The reads we're doing is going to come through, but I'm in the adventure with you guys more than you even know. So yeah. And apparently our lawn maintenance is here for the adventure too. All right.
Okay, next up is Candace.
Okay, Candace.
It is a full read general.
Full read general.
Aaron, you're on deck.
We're going to the light series for you, Candace. Now, this deck people have seen a lot of. We're going to go to the full read general. I have 4 of this. I have 3 of this size and then 1 of this little tiny size. But let's see what's going on. Full read general for Candace. What's going on for Candace and what does she need to know? Shifting gears. It's tricky. I'm getting shifting gears. I'm getting an old school 10-speed bicycle gears, and I'm getting a spray bottle of WD-40. Shifting gears. It's what you need to know. It's what you're doing. Oh, there's a lot of teamwork coming in, and there needs to not be fear about who you're working with or whether they'll show up. They will show up. Be very much aware. There is more going on beyond your horizon. Take little baby steps at a time. There is something that's metamorphosizing right now for you This is huge. This is the significator. This is the crossing card, right? This is you, and this is the challenge. You being inside so much and seeing on the horizon and wanting to be out there, out there, out there. Baby steps are required. Plans are required. Make the plans and get out of your zone. It is time. It's time for that cocoon to be cracked for you. And it's going to take a little bit of doing. The King of Wands is in the subconscious, and the Seven of Swords is in the conscious thoughts. Let's take a look at that. I don't know if they can see these cards well. Seven of Swords here, King of Wands here. How do you want to lead? What do you want to do? And the action that you're desiring to take, but feel for whatever reason. And sometimes it's just we're raising kids, so we can't do all the projects we want to take, that kind of thing. It feels like you want to take action, but you feel a little stuck, and you can't just yet. Start planning and taking small steps. Cover your own ass. Do what's important to your soul. Do what's important for your heart. This one is called the thief, but you're either going to have the thief rob you, or you'll rob yourself if you don't take care of what's in your heart to take care of. Protect your priorities is what I'm telling you. Now here, Page of Swords. New ideas are emerging through. Huge. Witnessing and seeing things, observing things, being skilled. Your communication might not be so skilled. Be mindful. You might be a little more sharp-tongued than you intend to be right now.
But,
It feels like there's somebody on her team right now that is physically in her realm, in her presence, that maybe has been a little bit in a point of conflict or not easy to get along with. They're more on your team than you know.
but yes, kids and money.
Yeah, yeah. And they can be exhausting. It really can be super, super exhausting. Don't have your expectation bar so high that it's ridiculous. You'll get what needs done. And the expectations that are coming through as demands and the endless to-do list. Slow it down, slow it down. Not everything is answered by money. Not everything is answered by doing for everyone. Make sure you take some time to do for self first. Then you're going to do more balanced. Recent past, near future. Recent past. Having access to a higher wisdom. Established wisdom. It's already established. Now sometimes this is promotion, job promotion, work. Having more access is what's here. And the lesson of the Hierophant, the Pope card, is it's established truth. You have the access to this. So you're going to hear old cliches, and they're going to come through like a gong or a really ringing bell. They're going to come through loud. Those old cliches, you might see phrases, or maybe you're even going to see like a happy thought running through Pinterest or something like that. And it's going to be loud. It's going to come through loud and resonant. They've started doing this already. Be mindful of the words you see. Not just the words you speak, but the words you see. There's going to be truth bombs coming at you in a big, big way. Don't know why that is, but it is. Four of Cups. It's been offered a couple of different times. But there's a little bit of rejection and disgruntledness, dissatisfaction. It's still going to continue to be offered. So you're going to shift out of this energy from being right here where the Three Cups are kind of moody, broody, and feeling stuck, to seeing, oh yeah, the universe is offering something new. New gifts will be coming my way. There is something that you need to get resonant about. I gave you the analogy of the gong, and this is illustrated with singing bowls. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So if you have your resonance room set up, or your meditation room, or a space you can go just for quiet, maybe you go and park your car and take 5 minutes before you are into the fray of doing the kids and the child rearing and all that stuff. That kind of thing. You need to have this little gift that's offered and take it where you can get it, where you can get more resonant, where you can get centered. Okay? All right. In the environment around you, it's like when pigs fly. Things are too chaotic. You can't even get time. This is where you can't even get time to pee for yourself. This is creating something new. The when pigs fly attitude is just kind of not going to serve you. Get your butt where it's at. Be aware where you're at. Be aware of what is the advantage. And then also be thinking in how time and units of time are used. Then move forward. There is something that's being woven, being built together. Tapestry here. There will be something green lighted, and it's not coming up just yet. But there's a little bit of fear of that, and that's why the stuck energy is coming through. Even though the Eight of Swords isn't on here, some of that energy is coming through. Five of Cups, looking back. Sometimes this comes up with Reba's song, Is There Life Out There? Is there more going on? Look up that song, look up those lyrics. That's what's coming through here. Yeah, there is, but there's things that are being done that are important things that you are doing right now. Recapture moments and pieces of time for yourself early in the day. It's smart for you to do so. Don't be forever sitting grieving or moody broody either. Like, get out of the wallow, honey. It may not get super duper easier, but don't be in the wallow. What is it, honey?
I'm at a crossroad between my roommate but dreaming about a classmate and us getting married.
I don't know what you think the person that you're dreaming about is going to fulfill or going to change differently, and I don't know what you think your roommate's role is, but the role for your own happiness is very much for your own happiness. Neither one are the accurate representation of what it is you need. You have the wisdom within you to know what it is you need. We're going to get clarifiers on this. There is karmic justice. Look at the lessons and look at the reflection. She needs to reflect on her own truth to really see that and weigh things out in the balance. And yes, there's karmic justice is here. But it feels like you're rejecting something that shouldn't be rejected here. And it feels like this is coming through not just as the grieving, but the situational rejection of something so you're not seeing clearly. It's almost coming through with the Six of Cups flavor in it. Look to yourself for your own accountability, for your own happiness, and whatever it is that you want to do, start pursuing that more. They aren't the answer, whether it's roommate or this other one. Neither one of them hold the answers for what's going to actually fulfill you, fill you up, bring you joy. Neither of them hold the answers. They might be like contenders in a form of some sort on your life scale, on what's going on in your life or who you'd want to do life with. But you need to go to your own heart, not in a moody, broody way. You need to look for your own self to create the map, create what's going on. It's not up to them to create this. You need to be, you're getting a lecture here, and I'm so sorry, but you need to be accountable for your own stuff. You need to be accountable for your own joy, because nobody external of us, for any one of us, can do that. Nobody external of us is going to create the happy ever after thing. It doesn't come from finding the right fish. It comes from you loving the fish that you are. On the show, be the emperor. You are the emperor. They are not. Once you understand this, then it won't feel external. Anything else about these other two fuckers just from the tarot cards?
I do my own happiness, do me. I don't rely on them.
Good. Good. Keep doing it, because it feels like that's going to be challenged and tested for you. And it might not be that it typically challenges you, but it feels like it's going to be tested. Yeah, that's accurate. It feels like it's going to be tested, sweetie. A lot of us are very good at doing our own thing, and then sometimes certain people in the world that walk the world kind of know how to push a different button where we might not necessarily forget, but we might yield a little bit differently. Now let's see what else you need to know. I'm just going to pull one card for roommate and one card for other, just so you have a heads up, some insight. And you might see a little bit more of the way that it will be tested a little bit. That's what I want to pull next.
I was planning on going skydiving by myself.
Wow, girl, that is great. Fuck yeah. Yeah, wow. Yeah, wow. I love that. Okay, that is a definite, yes, you should do that. I'm going to pull one for each of them just to inform your thoughts as they bounce around. Okay, what I'm getting is one of them is a little bit more protective of the heart, a little bit unavailable, a little bit greedy, comes from a space of lack. Other is more of team player, works in the teamwork mechanism. You'll know the difference. This is the second time that hopes and fears about teamwork is when you do have somebody, when you do invite someone into your life, you need them to be on terms that work for you and not throw you off balance. Anything else? This is the card that wants to come. You know your value. You know your worth. Now you just need to be a little bit more proactive like the Emperor is. Set up the terms, how you want them to be. The Emperor protects and provides for the realm. You've gotten very, very good at this. She knows her own worth. She knows exactly what's in her pantry, what's her value, what's her worth. And it may be that you need to cut somebody free. That's what it feels like is coming through. You need to cut somebody free. You have this. If you can go skydiving by yourself, then this is huge. Cover your own ass. You've seen and witnessed enough of each of these and of self to know how this would be. Allow yourself the next stage of transformation. This is the same deck, third deck. And the only repeat so far has been this teamwork one. This is where you have the skills. In the traditional Rider-Waite, you see the guy putting in the stained glass window at the church. You see the benefactor as one character. Wow. And then you see the priest as the other character, right? You see them both. Yeah. And then there's the third guy that actually has the skill to put in the window. You're the third guy that knows the skill to put in the window. You've got it all. It's for your own benefit. Choose how you want to do. Okay. Again, the Three of Cups. Be where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated is the name of that one. Raise the glass to yourself and be among the company that also will celebrate every quirky bit about you. Be in that kind of company, and this is easy for you when you think of it in these terms. The ones that make you feel like this, that's the company you need to be in. That's the energy you need to be in, and that's what you're ready to tap into right now. It feels like skydiving by yourself is a brilliant idea, but if you think about that, you can think about who would you want to take on the other life adventures with you? Who would you want to include with that? Because we don't go through life solo. We go through it with our friends, and we go through it with our lovers. We go through it with the people and the teachers that we encounter. But those that would celebrate with you, they need to be there. Your soul tribe, your soul vibe needs to be there. And people that don't help lift that, they just sweetly need to step off. That doesn't mean don't pack their chute. Let them have their chute and their own adventure. That's what I got. That's complete.
I know that saying.
Yeah. You know it. You know it. This is old school stuff for you, but you've definitely got it. And you've got the gift of weaving things together. Don't feel stuck. You're not so stuck. You're just having a gentle shift. That's what I've got. Holy cow. Yeah. And this lavender on this card is big. It's coming through here. It's also by the pig. Show her both of these. It's when you're in that lavender space of energy. I would look for lavender as in literally look for that color around. Whether it's lilacs, whether it's lavender flowers, whether it's shades of purple. There's something about this. There's something about the shades of purple that is going to be like a synchronicity and a sign from the universe to you. So we're looking for that.
I've never hung out with a classmate yet. We just talk.
Yeah. And I wouldn't worry so much about how that goes. Let it unfold. Look for the lavender hues and cues. Yeah, that's what's going to give you the heads up, the insight. Something about lavender. Don't know what that's about. Also, I might be very aware of blackberries at this time. Why? No idea. I'm calling them blackberries. I mean to say blueberries. I call them the same. I'm getting blueberry lemonade that is creating the lavender color. I'm not sure what that's about. I have no fucking clue what that's about. But that you'll know. Yeah. That'll be the good energy to go towards. And you can't force it. It will just, the universe will present. Boom. There you go. Yeah. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah. You doing the skydiving is your way of telling the universe that you choose you. You're going to do it on your own terms. It's a really good thing to do on your own. Really, really good thing to do on your own. The exhilaration of that, the clarification of that. For me, that would be like, For you, that's going to be fabulous. I love it. That's what I've got. Hopefully that is helpful. Yeah, again, that lavender just wants to scream out. It just wants to scream out. Yeah. That's going to help you with timing. It's going to help you with timing and transitioning. So yeah, look for that. Don't know what that's about.
I asked the classmate to go to the cider mill and then do lavender sales.
What the heck are lavender sales?
I asked the classmate to go to the cider mill and they do lavender sales.
That's fascinating. Yeah, the universe is trying to lead you with that, so you'll know. Wow, interesting to see what the response will be on that. Interesting to see how you walk through that experience coming up. Yeah, it's going to give you it's going to give you some insight there. Yeah, that's what I've got. The friendship element is important to you, and the friendship and being celebrated element is important to you. Some people we're going to have friendship energy more than like romantic chemistry energy with, but knowing that they're there is also something that's significant to you to know. So, all right.
But yes, exactly.
So, yeah. Wow. Fantastic. Have fun with that. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear back, as if you're going to report back in. No, you don't have to report back in. I hope you have a hell of a good time. I hope you get spoiled rotten by your family and your friends coming up right now. I hope you have fun skydiving. But I would be dying of curiosity
She
to
put,
know.
yes, I will.
So, yeah. I'm not entitled to it, I know. But I'm dying of curiosity to know, like, when you're telling somebody something about harps or lavender, it's nice to have the feedback when it comes through about what that is. So it really does help. It helps a lot. So
And she put, thank you.
thank you, honey. All right, let me put this.
All right, we have
tray.
one more to go.
Oh.
Last call.
All right, let me move this tray for a minute. Well,
This will be the end of the show after this read, unless somebody
Okay.
would like to get on the list.
let me move this tray that way.
What are you going to do, Angie?
I need a new tray to put these cards. I'm running out of real estate, man. Okay, and some of the cards that I wanted to use are over there. So if I need them, I'll grab them. Or if we do them from the collective, I probably will do them from there. Okay. All right. What do we got?
Okay, we have Aaron
Okay.
for a year ahead.
Aaron for a year ahead. Yeah, we'll go to the cathedral cards. These are the stained glass cards, and I got the duplicate deck, and they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Aaron for the year ahead. These are the ones Kim sent me and said, yeah, now she's going to need a duplicate, and yeah, I do. Year ahead for Aaron. What are you studying? It feels like I'm getting the page of coins coming through, which is the card of the student, and I don't even know that you're in college, but you are studying something. There's a big, big lesson coming through, and a big rewarding lesson. Think of that page of coins in Rider Waite. It's coming through. They're holding the coin so strongly. This is the lesson where I sometimes say people be the Batman, don't hesitate, but it's coming through with that student energy a little bit stronger right now. Okay, so we're getting the Two of Swords crossing the Five of Cups. This is pivoting from sorrow, grief, loss. Sometimes there has been literally a death, but there's a grieving going on within you. And then this Two of Swords making this choice going forward. Whatever was lost. This is maybe almost even like if you were to put it in with that page of coins that I mentioned. It'd be Robin realizing he's been Batman all along, but playing at Robin. It would be the person being Robin and realizing, I don't want to play that anymore. I have to step into the Batman. I have to make a choice. And they aren't equal choices. I have to make a choice. And I have to let go of something that is old mythology, old thinking, or people that keep me in an old role that I've outgrown. Okay? All right, now let's give these a couple of really good solid shuffles before we get them underway. Do you want to show her these?
Whatever.
Show her. Yeah. They're beautiful. They're a little bit dark, so I don't know how well they show up for you guys. But the black creates such beauty in the cards and in the contrast of the cards. All right. So we've got October, November. Thank you, honey. December. January. February, March. Wow, big time March. March has Temperance. February has the Tower. Just so you know. February, March. Okay. April, May, June, July. Completion here in July. August, September. They need, ooh, September the Fool. Woo. A restart of things next year. So the leap of faith that has been recently taken and a new leap of faith coming in next September. This is huge. So what's going on here? I don't know if you can see this as well or how well the dark translates through on the camera. But what we're seeing here. Four of Pentacles. Now usually this is the Miser card, and there's a lot of concern in the women in the top parts of these windows. And it's like there's a lot of concern about something in October. There's worry that's coming through. It might be the men below are holding on to the power, the coins, all of this. That is sometimes the Miser card that comes through here. But there's concern, concern, concern. This comes from the energy or mindset of lack, and it needs shifted. This is what you're working on shifting in October. In November, The Five of Pentacles. This is coming through as a separation, a cutting of ties with somebody or someone. Five of Pentacles is when they choose to go their own way. They leave the church behind and they rough it out in the snow on their own. Five of Pentacles comes through in this way. This is huge. This is a choice of separating from what it is. It's like not sticking around the worried men anymore, going your own way and knowing you'll get through it. There's a determination in this. If you look at her face, if you look at the structure of her face, there's youth, but there's also a little bit of the cheekbone is what I'm getting referenced. There's been lean times is what I'm getting. The lean times don't have to continue forever and ever, and you're not the poor little match girl. Don't define yourself as that anymore at all. So even if it feels like things are lean, if all you've got is like your cup of noodles or ramen noodles, at least you've got that. Don't define yourself by lack any further. That will only be a block, and the worry and the lack keeps you stuck, so don't do it. Okay, December, the Knight of Wands, there's illumination. You're moving forward. This is taking action going forward. It's more than just the Page of Wands. It's the Knight. If it's the Knight, you're leading forward. You've got the horse, the ability to travel, to move differently. The Page always wants to be, it's the kid that isn't off to college yet, right? Or it's the brand new start at college, the frost year at college. The Knight has some worldly experience. The Knight has the ability, the autonomy going on, and the seeing with the light. There's new ideas coming through in December, new ways of doing, and new excitement coming through. Look for exciting messengers coming through. It's not going to be what people tell you. It's going to be what you hear. So they might say the sky is blue, and that leads you to some other thing in a whole different thing, and it's just the tone of their voice. It could be the very timbre, the sound, the vocal quality of what they speak, more than the words. So it's not what they say, it's what you hear. When I watch Deadwood, Ian McShane plays a horrible character in Deadwood. And every time we've watched that series, and I've watched it multiple times, I hate him in the first episode. And then I realize, why do I like him later? Because he has a vocal characteristic, that the literal characteristic of the voice reminds me of someone else, someone I love. So it's like, okay, but that's what's coming through here. And there is some kind of messenger energy coming in December where you're allowed to move forward a little more freely. January. Now here's that very Ace of Coins that the Page would be holding. This is new opportunity, new gift, sometimes new job, and new money coming in. This is new resources available in January for you. Be wise with these new resources. Three of Cups. Celebrate having the new resources. This is, oh my gosh. This is the distant shore. This is a distant shore. You're going to be crossing what feels like a river, crossing waters, crossing to a different place, doing things differently. When you get the opportunity to do this, do it. The Tower in February. You're letting go of something that you built up that no longer serves. And this, whether this is literal travel or this is a job opportunity or whatever, it's going to eliminate this need for this tower. It's going to diminish how the ship falls. So whatever you've been building towards, there's something screwy with that. You're building it kind of wobbly. In January, there's a chance for correction or adjustment or shifting or travel that's going to adjust this. So when the tower falls, you'll be like, okay, yeah, we knew this beautiful gift was happening. The beautiful catastrophe is here. One of my favorite cards ever, and the liberation that comes with it, fan-damn-tastic. Love it. Temperance. You're going to be able to create flow in March. This is balancing. Yeah, there is something. You're going to be doing alchemy by then. Practicing alchemy, and this doesn't even feel like alchemy of the cups. It usually feels like water flowing. It feels like resources. It feels like time flowing, coins flowing. Good way. It's like having the core strength in the Two of Coins, where it's sometimes unsteady and you see them juggling by the shoreline and the waves are like, you're just understanding flow. You're getting stronger and stronger in this. March, April, you're going to need to rest here. Now this is an important one. This is resting with the Four of Swords. But this is coming through with a little bit of the hints of anxiety from the 9. The 9 isn't on there, but your brain needs a break. So be aware. It's giving you a little bit of a typical signature 9 coming through, and it's not there. You're worried about leaving something behind. This is the second tower here. Now some people would think, you are fucked and screwed and this is horrible. And maybe it's going to feel horrible for a while. I can't sugarcoat that. Like when you lose your job with a company that's been around for 99 damn years, which happened to Phil, that was one of our big towers, and it's like, oh fuck. But what do? We end up getting a different job. We end up moving and finally getting into a house. All kinds of blessings open up on the other side of this thing. But it doesn't always feel easy. So you rest up, get your brain on straight. If you're picking up on something that you're anxious about, there's probably reason for it. The tower isn't something that you don't survive. The tower institution, whatever the building is, doesn't survive, but you do. It's like the people that are being affected by hurricanes. They'll survive. Their house might not, but they will. And God bless them. And if you can send any good energy to anybody that's in the hurricanes right now and that has had to go through and seen their house just literally float down the river, that's a tower moment if ever there is. So send all the good energy that you can for that. That goes collectively, broadband. But this is what's going here. This is March, this is April for you. May. You would not suspect this, and the cards can't tell it any truer. This is the card of victory. What did I just say? After the liberation of the thing, that things get better. They do. There is victory there. The Two of Pentacles. So one thing that eclipsed another is no longer doing that. It's really interesting. You might want to check astrologically what's going on in the area of June. If there's eclipses around May and June, that doesn't usually come through as an eclipse card, but it did today. That's how it comes through. It's how it comes through for me right now. One thing that eclipsed another doesn't do that anymore, and the world is here. The lesson of something is complete in July and August. Queen of Swords. It's like making cuts. You know, when people cast a movie or do something, somebody makes the cut as the actor to play a certain role, and then there's the casting director that says, yeah, not good enough. Nope, I'm cutting you out. Or we're cutting this whole segment out. It feels like casting and director. This is you making the cuts, not auditioning for anybody anymore. That's July. That's August. Yeah, making the cuts, making the decisions, being fair, being sharp, and like, no more crap. Suffering no fools. Why? Because you're going on the new adventure as the fool yourself in September. This is when you have to trust your own gut, and you've learned to trust your own gut. You have the World to the Fool right here. Right here. That's big. That's a huge leap. Why? Because you're knowing, your discernment, you're right, even though it's a difficult choice. It does feel like the cast of players that have populated this realm of time for you, they will be there, but some of them aren't going to make it into the next portion of the year, which is just fine. It may be friendships change, it may be romantic relationships change, maybe job and entanglements with coworkers are changing through here. This tower is going to change a lot. The people that I would run into at the 7-Eleven before Phil lost his job, I don't have a reason to go to that 7-Eleven anymore. So it's like I'm not going to run into those people anymore. The dynamics of how I do relationships change a little bit. Yeah. And there is solitude necessary for this one for a moment. And if people misunderstand her as the bitch, it's a bum rap. She knows what she needs to do. She's not going to be suffering any nonsense. Anything else? The Fool comes in September. What do we need to know about this little juncture, this bracket? And I want to see it right here as it pertains. The Emperor. Yeah. You're not gonna suffer any fools, and nor are you gonna suffer any domineering, rigid prick asshole people in your life. If they come through trying to legislate, tell you, dictator to you, if they're trying to come through and force their agenda on you, you're gonna be like, no. You're in charge of your own. You're Empress and Emperor all together yourself. You don't need somebody else setting up the terms. You don't need somebody else protecting and providing for you. You've got that handled on your own. This bitch ain't playing. She knows what she needs. She knows what she's done. She is done with something and moving towards her own adventure. And that is key for you right then. You're doing it and you're doing fine on this. Now, as it relates to the Two of Swords, this choice was made long ago. The grieving of somebody that will get lost in the shuffle, or a portion of something that you need to let go of now, it's not going to feel like grief anymore. It's going to feel like you have figured out how to call up your power, how to summon it forward to move forward towards your own strength. Anything else on here? Let's take a look. You beat the devil. I don't know, somebody in the relationships that are around you, this is you summoning the strength to beat the devil, and it's somebody that is I'm getting the pretty devil, the pretty lie, the pretty liar, the pretty old outdated belief that holds you in a place, in a space and place of smallness. Those chains just, it's not even like you have to lift them off. They've crumbled.
The done could be my divorce.
Yeah, it's crumbled. The chains don't hold you to lift them off. It's crumbled. So if you go back in your mind to grieving or sorrow about divorce or who you were, who that version of you was, don't doubt for a minute you've outgrown that version and you didn't make mistakes. The lesson is there. The lesson is done. But you're going on to this other, bigger, larger version of self, and it's beautiful. So you've beat the devil on this, and you've let the chains just, they've crumbled. They will not hold you. And the tower itself could be also referencing that, and referencing some of the things that you're like maybe wistful about. And sometimes the hoping for what could have been gets in our way, especially after a divorce, when you're dealing with things on new terms, and it's like, oh, if only it could have been this, or if only it could have been that. Don't waste too long in those little things, and they'll get you once in a while. They'll trap you once in a while. Or sometimes it's, why couldn't my partner have grown up and learned those lessons when I was right there? Because they weren't in enough of a, the hurt wasn't put on them big enough until you were gone. That's what I can put it that way. Hopefully that makes sense. That's complete. That's gorgeous. These cards are gorgeous. Thank you, Kim. These are gorgeous, gorgeous cards. They read like Notre Dame. Yeah, that they feel like the Cathedral of Notre Dame in my mind, how it would feel. I've never been there, but that's what it feels like to me. Old, ancient, reverent, sacred, truths that come through, that pack a wallop, that let you know this is what's going to be going on, and the lessons are beautifully illuminated. That's what I've got.
Is there anything there about her business? You want to know if she needed to rebuild and sell or change directions?
That's a totally different question than a year ahead.
Totally.
Let's
what?
Let's look at another stained glass tarot deck, a little bit different.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Not sorry. Excited. The other stained glass tarot deck. Why we're in this anyway. She wanted to know about her business. Should she sell or rebuild?
Do I rebuild to sell or change directions completely?
Do you rebuild to sell or change directions completely? What I'm getting is you need to reevaluate. Look again. I don't think you rebuild to sell, and especially based on these towers, I wouldn't be building. The Hangman says change your perspective, change the direction. The Hermit says look closely at the direction that you want to go. This is a new path, a challenging path. You're walking up this. And the Five of Swords says you've proved something on the battlefield long enough. It's time to be off the battlefield. If this is coming through, you trust your higher self over me. This is your business, your life, your money, your time, your resources. But these cards are saying you change direction completely. You changed. This is a moment where you're paused. You're thinking this out. But what is this? A new perspective. A new change of perspective. And what the fuck is this? Yeah, don't build up on the old. No. Clarification. The Hermit travels it alone and holds his own light. Charts the new course. Charts his new path. And then others can go that way. Five of Swords, get off the damn battlefield. You've proven your point. Sure. You don't need to be around the business bullying your life and your time and your resources.
I could become a consultant instead of running a business.
You could become any number of things. You can become whatever you want to in this particular time. But this is, the world is ending here, the Fool is ending here, or the Fool is starting there. Yeah. But that's what I get on the answer to that question.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it just off the towers and just off what was there because it was laid and spread in a different way. So that's why I wanted to get into this. This is a very beautiful, I'm going to have to get a second one of this. This one is like more classic writer in its, like look at the strength card here. It's a little bit more classic writer weight in some of its imagery. And it's a little brighter, less of the black contrast there. But it doesn't feel like as much Notre Dame. It feels like different. I haven't worked with it enough. So far it feels like stained glass window in an art class. This feels stained glass window in a cathedral. It's going to take some time for me to understand why this comes through differently than this.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
And she said thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, in case you guys were interested in these decks, this one is by James Edwards. Let me show you. This one is this one, and there's no author. That's this one. That's this one, okay? This one, the one that Kim sent, is this one. The guidebook on this is phenomenal. The guidebook on this, shit. Just saying. Just saying. This one is phenomenal guidebook. It's dark. I don't know if it shows up, but it is. It plays a little differently. Is all I can say. But I've only had it for I've only had this one for what, 24 hours, less than 24 hours. So, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful decks. But just so you know, they're both titled the same. So this one that has more of the black in it is the James Edward, and this one is by Craft Cards. What kind of goofiness is that? Like, really, why would you not put the author name? But the star, look at that, that's beautiful. It does have beautiful, beautiful work. But I don't even know who to give credit to for the illustrations, because they didn't put it on the damn box. Like, literally, I looked and looked. I was like, you bastards. Here's the interesting comparison, if you want. Here's the devil. So it's a little bit of a different, but that's what we got. So, okay.
Okay, Ange.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Aaron said thank you.
You are welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. Good luck on it. Good luck. It's a big year, and there's big changes. And it's probably not going to have the dust settled for you for a while. But to expect otherwise, it would be like somebody's lying if they tell you everything's going to be hunky-dory, tidy in 1 month. Nah. That's not what the cards would show.
Okay, next show?
Next show probably Wednesday, guys. Probably Wednesday. And tomorrow I'm going to go and get my nails done. I'll have my Halloween nails on for all month, so that'll be fun. Hopefully we'll see what comes of that, and that I love them. But tomorrow's like errands and home front type stuff, and that's what we got going on there. Next show Wednesday at 11, but Phil won't be here. I will, though. So that's the plan.
Yes.
Fingers crossed and all.
I'll be back in a week.
Yes.
I'll see you guys on Monday.
That's what we got going. Will I be doing some night shows or anything like that? Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Okey-doke. Keep it safe travels, Phil. Much love to you both.
Thank you,
Kim.
everyone for being
Thanks,
here. What
everyone.
a beautiful, beautiful show. So glad to experience this with you.
Good deal. Have a great week, everyone. See you next time.
Big love, everybody. Bye.